Is there a team that's not a 3 seed that you trust to keep their run going? I'm looking at this, and I really like UCLA, but what I mean, I like UCLA, but just how UNC played against Baylor, especially defensively, kind of makes me take a step back, and I'm going to take a couple more days to think about this because I think the knock on UNC all season long was they don't play defense, and they played pretty well against Baylor. So I'm not really sure what to expect from this UNC team. What do you think?
I love UNC, but
Yeah,
I'm a little worried that they kind of overextended
you think they've
themselves.
reached their ceiling a little bit?
I don't think they can play any better than they
Yeah.
played against Baylor over the weekend. And I think they played well against Marquette. Marquette was a team that was very volatile also this season. But I think when you look at what UNC did, they scored 95 and 93 points. I know one of the games went to overtime, but that game was, they were in the 80s even before overtime. I think when you look at what the Tar Heels have been all year, it has been very volatile. And when you get UCLA, who has been the model of consistency, not only last year, but this year, across the board, just consistent. Not too high, not too low. They showed you their best against St. Mary's, I think. And I looked at the early splits. Everybody's on UNC. Everybody's taking the points with the Tar Heels next Friday night. I'm seeing 75% of the bets right now. Early bets. Monday.
Early bets.
But it is an indication of where the public feels the Tar Heels are, which is not a deserving underdog. And I have not seen that line move at all. I will likely be betting UNC in that game. I have made 2 bets already, actually 3 bets, but 2 of them on the same team for the Sweet 16. UNC is not on the list yet. If I'm going to bet that game, which I likely will, because let's be honest, at this point, there's only 15 games left. I'll probably have a bet on all 15. I think UCLA is the way I would be looking there.
We got a comment in the chat here. Of course, you already know what team they want to talk about. You already know what team they want. Let's talk about Providence because what are your thoughts? Because I think the knock on them all season, all tournament has been lucky team. They're not great. Just find a way, but they're still here. I mean, do we need to give Providence some flowers here? Do they have a shot against Kansas? You're gonna take the 7 points with Providence?
No, I think Providence's run ends in the Sweet 16. So shot quality. We've talked about shot quality before. It's like this analytics website. They do a great job, by the way, of they grade the quality of your shot and they kind of reevaluate what the final score should have been based off of, how good, if you take good shots or not. Providence should have lost the game to Richmond by 3 based off of shot quality. They won by 20, 30? They blew out Richmond. And listen, that's been the knock on this Providence team all year. The results are good, but the way they get to the end of the rainbow is ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Kansas is a different animal. Kansas can beat you in so many different ways. And Remy Martin was fantastic over the weekend. I'll be honest. I thought Kansas was going to cover that game because Remy Martin got 10 minutes more than I expected him to get. He almost played 30 minutes in that game. He hadn't been playing a lot of minutes since his injury. He is a guy that I think will be the difference maker in the tournament for Kansas. He's the reason why I picked Kansas to win it all. Remy Martin is a difference maker. And I think Obaji, Martin, then you got McCormick in the middle who can be a little bit volatile sometimes too. Providence, I don't see it. And everyone's on him. Listen, everyone's already on him. I'm seeing 70% of the bets, early bets on Providence as a dog. The line's moved down from 8.5 to 7.5 at MGM. At least there's line movement in Providence's direction. I can't say the same about UNC, but I'm going to be very cautious with these trendy dogs in the Sweet 16. UNC and Providence being the 2 biggies. And Duke's going to be a trendy dog too. I don't know how we feel about the Dukies, but they definitely are an underdog, slight underdog against Texas Tech. But these trendy dogs in the Sweet 16, they tend to have fleas.